Hello everybody. This is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today I am going to do a Christmas arrangement in this beautiful container. Now this container came from one of our clients and she's going to actually place it on her dining room table. It's a metal container. It's just beautiful. So what I've done to put Oasis in here, we had to have a water source for the flowers. So I have taken fresh floral foam, Oasis, and I have lined this container. I'm going to kind of tilt it so you can see it. I've lined the container with foil so that it would be waterproof, and then I filled that reservoir with Oasis. Now, I don't want you to be able to see this foil liner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Spanish moss and I am just going to go all the way around and cover that foil. I'm just taking that moss and making sure that it covers that foil because I don't want that seen. So I'm going to come all the way around. Moss is a wonderful material to help camouflage your what am I trying to say? My words won't come. Mechanics. And so it's always nice to make sure that you don't see those mechanics. Now I did not tape this Oasis in because it's got a very deep container that the Oasis sits in, so it's not going to fall out when we go to move it. So I'm not worried about that at all, so I didn't worry about trying to tape it in. Okay, I'm going to tilt it again so you can kind of see how I did the moss. So I've just taken the moss and covered all that foil. What I'll do next is I am going to come in with some Christmas greens. This is for a Christmas party at her home, and so I have several different types of just really pretty Christmas greens. These are all we got them from the wholesaler. So these are not local to Mississippi. I think most of this is going to be out of Florida, but just really pretty foliage. So I'm going to take it and I am just going to green out this container. So I took just a knife, and I always like to use a knife because I don't have to cut and set down, cut and set down. Now I'm going to just take it's not real pretty. I'm going to just take this foliage and I am just going to have some of it just drip. It's just going to drip out of this container and just be pretty. I've got cedar, I've got pine, just several different varieties of foliage, Christmas foliage or evergreens. Now this client really likes things to be fairly simple, meaning she likes to use one flower at a time. She doesn't necessarily want a big mixed arrangement. She asked us to just do this in Casablanca lilies. So pretty white, simple but elegant Casablanca lilies, and so that's what we're doing. So all I'm doing with this is I'm just going all the way around and making sure that we have plenty of foliage. Dropped one on the floor. And this fresh Christmas green smells so pretty. It just smells so great. It smells like Christmas. And you can see that I'm doing very low profile with my foliage. I'm not having it stick up too much. It's just really our base to cover our mechanics and to give it that Christmas feel. But I don't want it to be really the focal of this arrangement. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and put in my lilies, and then I'll come back with more Christmas greens, okay? So these are large white lilies. They're Casablanca lilies, so they have that pretty fragrance. They smell really pretty, and so we're just going to fill this container with these pretty white lilies. And to me, honestly, there's nothing more elegant than an arrangement overflowing with all the same blooms. I think that's just so pretty. Now right now I am pulling out just the little stamens of that lily. The reason you want to pull the stamens out is because that pollen's going to cause those lilies to stain. It'll stain it with yellow pollen. And so I always pull that out so that it doesn't stain the flower itself, and it won't stain your clothing. Let me tell you a trick though. If it does stain your clothing or the lily itself, to clean the lily, if it gets pollen on it, you're going to take a chenille stem or a pipe cleaner, and you're going to just rub that pollen inside that lily to remove that pollen. Now, if it gets on your clothes, the easiest way to remove it from your clothes, don't rub it in. If you rub it in or try to scrub it out, it's just going to stain it more. What you're going to do is take, say it's your shirt, it got on your shirt, take your shirt without washing it, without trying to scrub it, lay that shirt in the sunshine. The sunshine absorbs that pollen. It's the neatest thing, but it really works. It sounds strange, but I promise it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm leaving all these buds and the foliage on some of these lilies just because I like it, and it kind of fills up the space. I'm going to turn this container around without dumping it on the floor. So you can kind of see it's just a trough container filled with white lilies. And to me, it's absolutely beautiful. And there's nothing more simple. It's very, very easy to do. All you're going to do is just fill up the space with the same flower. You can use hydrangeas, you can use roses. The thing I love about these lilies though is they're big, so they fill up a lot of space. They take up a lot of space, so you don't have to have very many stems to get a really lush, pretty arrangement. And some of them you might have to kind of move a little bit. Now, I will tell you that these are going to be very fragrant. Her home is going to smell lovely. I'm going to turn it around again so you can see it. So look how pretty and lush those lilies are. I'm going to fill in this back side. I'm going to add a little bit of pine just because I like the different textures of the pine. So I'm going to add a touch of pine, and this arrangement is done. But you see how simple and easy that was. I mean, it's very, very easy. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pine, and this is what we would call, I'm going to come around to Owen set up, what we would call short needle pine. I'm going to push this back just a little bit and work on the front side. So this is called short needled pine. It's a variety. It grows in Florida. I'm sure it'll probably grow here in Mississippi, but any pine will do. You can go out and you can harvest any of these foliages. They may not be the same variety, but go out and harvest pretty evergreens. They all work. Magnolia would be beautiful in this, but you can use anything that you harvest. So all